I'll be honest with you, I almost didn't buy this. I've now spent a few hours with this device, and honestly, there are some things that surprised me, some things that I liked better than I thought I would, and I see some of the downsides that was making me hesitate from getting it. But I figured the best way to know for sure was to have it in hand and actually test the device, compare it with other e-ink tablets to find out the best answer for you guys. If you follow this channel at all, you'll probably know that I am a big Supernote user. It's definitely the one I use personally the most. I feel like the plastic build feels like an inspiration from Supernote, but objectively the quality feels even better on Supernote. And I thought this was kind of light from being a plastic built device, but the reMarkable Paper Pure is really light and feels very small when you pick it up. They also recently had a very big company turnover where they have a new CEO, they fired a lot of employees, and it seems like they're changing some direction. They're going a little bit away from the has to have color e-ink tablets and must put front lights on them. They actually went back kind of to the basics and gave it black and white, no front lights, and finally upgraded the reMarkable 2. But this feels almost more like a reMarkable 1 replacement to me, not a reMarkable 2 replacement, and we'll get into that later in the video. This is definitely a first impressions video, not a final verdict. I will need more time with this device in order to reach my ultimate conclusion with it, but you should be able to get a good idea of where I'm heading with it and the biggest pros and cons. The packaging of this device is phenomenal, as always. reMarkable is very good at that. They have the really nice feeling paper packaging. But I got the bundle, which came with the magnetic sleeve case as well, and the upgraded Marker Plus instead of the basic marker. So this one has the eraser. Get the bundle. It is a really good value. This case by itself is $70 if you purchase it after the fact, and this marker is close to $150, so about 50 more than the standard marker. So you're basically just getting this upgrade and a free case. I think it's by far the one to go for. You will want an eraser with this device. It makes things easier, trust me. Honestly, everything that comes with it is pretty solid. It gives you a whole extra set of spare tips, and these ones don't wear out as bad as the reMarkable 2 tips did. They still do wear out eventually, but it gives you a good replacement set. Honestly, the case itself is not my favorite thing. I don't like that you have to... Oh, there you go. I have to figure out how to keep this thing open if I have this device in my hand and I'm sliding it in. And it does auto sleep the device, which is great. And then it's very protective. I like that part of it for sure. But then when you go to actually retrieve your device, you're opening this flap and you're sliding it out here. It does turn back on, which is nice. And then where do you put this if you have a small desk where you're kind of putting it to the side of you, or I don't know, maybe underneath the device or something. But it's not a folio case. And I would have liked that to at least be an option for this tablet, but as far as right now, they don't sell a folio case for it. I would love to see that as an option for the bundle too down the road, but I don't know if they're going to add that or how that will work exactly. So it's a nice sleeve case, but I'd prefer a folio case any day. The stylus is also battery powered this time, and if your reMarkable is sleeping, pulling the stylus off will actually wake the device, which can be a benefit unless you have it loose in a bag and it constantly disconnects the stylus and is turning on your device and wasting battery, which has happened to me with both the Paper Pro and the Paper Pro Move. But like those devices, the writing feel is fantastic. Sloppy handwriting aside, the sound of this device is incredible. It's the most accurate pencil sounding device out of any e-ink tablet I've ever tried. If you love writing with pencils, you will like writing on the reMarkable Paper Pure. Really, any of the devices that reMarkable sells right now, they all now have the exact same screen texture and the exact same stylus. And I think the handwriting is really accurate to how I was writing. I was writing really fast and sloppy, and it looks exactly like how I was writing. And if I'm a little more careful, then it looks really well done. And I'm writing very small here too, so it's keeping that accuracy even at a very thin line. The zooming and honestly overall speed of this device does feel really fast and snappy. Definitely a little better than the older reMarkable 2. I still find it a little annoying that there's no manual refresh. You have to wait for the screen to decide that it's ghosted enough and then it will refresh itself, which is pretty good about, but I would like to be able to like do a 3-finger tap and refresh the screen, or have some software way to swipe from the corner and refresh the display. Something like that would just be really nice to see. Setting up this device is also really easy. I mean, you just sign into your reMarkable account, and if you have the Connect subscription, everything works beautifully. And if you don't, you can still sync a bunch of your notebooks. Basically, just if you haven't used them for over 50 days, it will stop syncing them, which honestly is a very fair compromise. It's not a big problem, but it is something to think about. And with that Connect subscription, then you get handwriting search. You get this new calendar integration that only shows you today's events and lets you do meeting notes off of them, which is a little weird, but it's nice to have that. You can get different file storage integration. So here's like my OneDrive all synced up, and I have all these different folders, and I can open them and transfer them to my reMarkable, and you could even export directly to that OneDrive folder. They've definitely improved since I've used reMarkable devices last. Like the share and export has a lot more options now. I can make it a Miro board and send it there. I can use AI to help convert it into the best format and share it as well. And then, like I said, export directly to my OneDrive here. They've come a long way. They have perfect shapes now. You can draw a circle, and it doesn't work this time. And why is my eraser? Well, I'm having a strange glitch where my eraser is also writing. So, you know, I said the erasers are really worth it. Well, mine's not right now. So that was weird. It's definitely not like they're free of any bugs ever happening to them, but this is also a pretty new device, so I'll cut them a little bit of slack. But yeah, I think the only device that rivals the writing feel of reMarkable is the Supernote. And that's not to say one is necessarily better than the other. I think they just both have very different feelings they're going for. Supernote is by far the best if you want to feel like you're writing with a gel pen that glides along your page and just writes like a pen. In fact, all their styluses look like pens. They very much have that gel pen feeling on the displays, and in my opinion, that's my favorite way to write. But this is by far the best at giving a pencil-like experience. And for something different, it's really fun to write on a reMarkable too. I just don't think one is inherently better than the other. They're just completely different feelings they're going for. And because the reMarkable doesn't have any kind of film on top of it, it's just a pure textured glass screen. It also is much more rigid of a surface. So it feels like a single sheet of paper, where the rubbery feel right to screen of the Manta actually dips in slightly as you press harder on the screen, and then it self-recovers. Really interesting screen tech, but it definitely feels more like a notepad versus like a single sheet of paper, which kind of fits because you do change pages a lot in the Supernote device, where with the reMarkable's infinite scrolling, you kind of feel like you can keep writing on the same sheet of paper forever. And it's kind of a nice feeling. And I do like that feature of reMarkable. Supernote needs to add infinite scrolling. It's like my biggest feature request for them right now. If they have that, I'll pretty much have zero issues with my Supernote device. The one downside of this is you still get some of those waviness to the very straight lines that you draw on this screen. So I still think for drawing, this kind of stylus tech is not the best, but they optimize it for handwriting. And I've seen people make some great sketches with the reMarkable Paper Pure as well. So it's not like you can't use it for drawing. A long straight line will kind of always have some waves to it, unless you hold it down, and then reMarkable has a perfect shape tool built in, so it will make that line perfectly straight. So the software kind of works around it. It's not a big deal. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. I think some people make it into a way bigger deal than it actually is. The stylus is good on their reMarkable. I think the biggest downside actually is just that you have to charge it. So if you do use it a lot or you left it off the device at some point, sometimes it will be dead. But it does charge really quickly. Even with this stylus attached, using it about an hour a day, it's supposed to last for about 3 weeks on one battery cycle. So that's impressive if it turns out to be true. I definitely will be putting that to the test. All right, so now that I've used it, what do I actually think about this device? reMarkable has their writing feel down great. They have the best pencil writing experience and one of the best e-ink writing experiences in general. So they don't need to change that. That's kind of their thing. They have that down well. The device itself feels really light and easy to hold in one hand. Like, I can carry this around and take notes on it, and it feels good. The physical design is solid to me. Nothing's like creaking or weak feeling. The glass display is very well done. The texturing is very well done. It has nice rubber feet so it doesn't slide around as easily. I will say I'm a little disappointed on the plastic. It doesn't even feel as good as Supernotes to me. Supernotes feels really nice and smooth and almost like it's got a little bit of give to it, but not in a bad way. Like, I can kind of take some flex and still recover, where this is almost feels like a brittle plastic. Or if it does bend, I'm afraid it's just gonna crack all over the place. But I don't know that to be true. It just feels that way to me. Overall, though, I don't think that's a big downside. It definitely is a step downwards in quality, though, from the reMarkable 2 as far as in-hand feeling. But the actual writing experience, the software experience, is all a step up. It does feel faster to me. It does appear to be slightly wider of a display, and it's a reMarkable. So if you like the reMarkable ecosystem and the feeling and the software you get here, then it's going to be great. They still do lock a lot behind that Connect subscription. You can't connect to your calendar. You can't connect to your external storage. You can't export using the AI feature or any of those other integrations without the Connect subscription. You can't even search with your handwriting without the Connect subscription. So coming from Supernote, where everything with the syncing and all that is free, you feel that on the reMarkable. They give you a great free trial with it, 50 days, same as the return period on the device. So that's great. For that time you're trying it out, you can test out the Connect subscription too. But it's $4 a month, and after a year, you're paying almost $50, $48 for that entire subscription. So that's $50 for the first year, $50 for the second year. And I've already had this Supernote device for about 2 years. So that's saved me about $100 worth of Connect subscriptions if I had a reMarkable instead of that. So keep that in mind. While this device is a pretty affordable entry point into e-ink, the Mando's definitely more. It's like a $500 device starting. At the same time, this will quickly turn into $500 after a couple years of that Connect system. So I don't know if it's so much cheaper, and with the kind of downgrade in build quality, how worth it is that really? Well, you're going to have to stick around for my long-term testing and full comparisons to some other tablets. Like, I definitely want to compare it to the iFlytek AI Note here, because I've always considered this what the reMarkable 3 kind of would be. And clearly it was not that. So I definitely want to pit these against each other as the new thinnest e-ink tablet in the world versus reMarkable's latest tablet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions video. And please comment down below any questions you have about this device. I am going to be working on my next video on it really soon. So please, if you have any suggestions for those videos, put it in the comments down below so I can add it to my future videos on this device. Lots of more reMarkable, Supernote, a whole bunch of e-ink content coming your way. Stay tuned, be subscribed, and thank you for watching.